My cat's biting.
It's real, it's raw, and it's authentic. You're now rocking with the best.
Yay! That is freaking awesome. Bravo, Chachi.
Hey, that looked good, and I'm glad. So look, anybody that's watching right now, hit like and share. If you watched my old shows, I kind of hit the I don't give a fuck filter today. I got a couple of things I'm gonna rant on in a little bit. So I'm telling you, this is gonna be some shit. This amateur bare knuckle stuff, I reviewed it. I've talked to people and everything. I'm going to tell you about the amateur bare knuckle thing. They're not coming on the show tonight. I've got 100 fucking questions I wanted to ask them. I'm going to ask you, the viewers, the questions. And you agree with me or don't agree with me, and you share and like and subscribe. So we're going to talk for the first probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes, Miss Janine. We're going to talk about some amateur bare knuckle. While we're waiting, because look, guys, look, I got my Terphouse gear on. I got my hoodie on. Look, I feel like I'm Eminem from 8 Mile. I'm ready to go. So look,
you totally look like Detroit white trash. I'm loving the look, buddy.
That's what I'm going for. Kid Rock.
I'm totally digging it. Like Kid Rock and Eminem, if they had a baby, it would be Cody.
That's it. That's it. So everybody, Benjamin's in the chat. We got people in the chat. The Fonz in the chat. We got, look, if you think the amateur bare knuckle is cool, let me know. I'm going to tell y'all right now, this is what I think about it. At first, I was okay. I thought it'd be cool. But after I spoke to officials and people high up, they said it would never get sanctioned. You can't sanction amateur bare knuckle. There's no way. They barely can sanction pro bare knuckle. So that's a one point I'm going to say. It cannot be sanctioned. Second, if you put any kind of gloves on or any kind of wraps, it's not bare knuckle. I heard on a show last night, they said, we might put gloves and wraps on. You can't call it fucking amateur bare knuckle then. It's amateur glove wrap night.
Can we talk about how stupid it would be to fight for free bare knuckle?
Well, I mean,
like, let's just talk about the logistics of it, right? Like, aside from getting hurt and injured when you're not getting paid to, but why would you do it? Why not just call a brawl at your house and have a bunch of people over and beat the shit out of each other? I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Because no, this is what they're saying. They're going to help you get better into bare knuckle promotion. This is the thing. Everybody that I've spoke to thinks it's stupid. Like real people, not just the fighters. And if you look, all the fighters from Jomi, I saw Zion, I saw every fighter from every organization say basically it's the dumbest thing I ever heard. For the fact of, in amateur MMA, they don't even let you elbow. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want carnage. And if you put gloves on your hands, how is that bare knuckle? So I feel
look at Benjamin. Don't people fight for free in bars? Yes, they totally do. Again, I'm looking at it from a business perspective. Isn't that kind of stupid anyway? Like, look at it from an entrepreneurial perspective, right?
Well, see, now this is the thing.
Unless you're going to put that shit on YouTube and it's going to go viral. I'm just saying.
Well,
be smart about it. If you're going to have a brawl fight and get the shit kicked out of you and say you're doing like amateur, bare knuckle or whatever, like get one of your buddies to at least film it and like make some money on it. I'm just saying.
You know what I think? This is the real deal. This is how I look at it. Think about it. You don't have to pay the fighters anything. You sell tickets for $50 a ticket. Say you sell $500 ticket. How much more? 500 tickets. That's $50. How much? That's a lot of money. You get sponsors, you get everything. There's no fight pay. You just pay for your, and guess what? It's non-sanctioned because it's never going to get sanctioned. So there's no money out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? It just looks like, to me, after I spoke to somebody today, it just looks like a quick cash. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm a money guy. Like I said, guys, and did I say this earlier? Was this what we were talking earlier? Talking about a feeder league for bare knuckle. Did I ever say anything about that?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, check this out, guys. Ready for this? I'm going to blow your mind, everybody's mind. There will be something probably at the start of next year, the middle of the year. It's a regional, probably be in Alabama, Mississippi. It'll probably be based on ticket sales, but it'll be bare knuckle and stuff. I know that, and I know it's going to be pro, and I know you don't have to be a big name, because I know the people that's going to do it, and they're looking for hungry people that want to get into like BYB and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is don't jump in to that amateur. Because look, if you want to fight amateur bare knuckle, send me a video of you fighting somebody, and I'll send it to the matchmaker. That's about as amateur as you need to get. You don't. And another thing, if somebody's trying to get you into amateur bare knuckle, say they're trying to get you into it, and they'll promise you, hey, I'll get you to BYB, I'll get you to BKFC. Why don't you call the promotions and ask them what they think about amateur bare knuckle before you do something stupid like that? That's what I would say, because, like I said, when I feel like I try to be nice because I like some of the people that are part of it, but I feel like as a media person, I got to tell the truth. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's taking advantage of fighters, trying to manipulate fighters into they're going to get into BYB and stuff when
right, because all the promoters are going to make all the money and the fighters aren't going to get shit, and it's an amateur fight. Like that's you're going to get the crap kicked out of you for nothing. For what? You can send it. What are you going to do? Send a video of you getting the shit kicked out of you to BKFC or to BYB and go, hey, I want to fight for you. Like, do you think that's going to sway their decision? I mean, I don't know, but
I can tell you right now, honestly, it's kind of, look, I'm a business person. I'm a salesperson. If anybody, I think about principle of money, all this stuff. The only thing I could see a value out of this, because it's non-sanctioned, they're saying they're going to put gloves on. You can't say amateur bare knuckle. You got a cool logo. Don't get me wrong. But if you put anything over those knuckles, it's not bare knuckle.
Correct.
So basically, you're starting an amateur boxing league with a clinch. That's what it is. Call it that. I'm okay with that. But when you say it's amateur bare knuckle and you're going to wear gloves or whatever you're going to do, blah, blah, blah.
Agreed. 1,000%.
And look, am I being petty? No, I'm not being petty. Not one bit. They had every opportunity to come on the show. And talk about tonight. But, you know, shit happens. And I was going to ask them those questions. I was going to say, hey, sell it to me. You got to sell it to me, because if I think it's stupid, the fighters are going to think it's stupid. Please tell me how you're going to start a league that can't be sanctioned in bare knuckle, or you're going to start a league that's calling it bare knuckle, but you're wearing wraps on your hands and gloves. You sell me on that, I'll get my popcorn ready. And you look, if you want to tag them, tag everybody in there. Please sell me on this, because I'm totally against it.
For sure.
All night long. I'm literally, you know what? It's if you need a fight bad enough, we can help you get a fight. There's so much organization. If you want to fight amateur bare knuckle, just go fight fucking MMA. Look, just go. You don't, because they're not going to wear gloves anyway. So I'm not going to rant on it anymore. I was just gonna say I think it's stupid. Officially, that is my piece. Thank you. I'm back, guys. I'm officially back. Jay Davis even knows it. I told Jay Davis, I said, I will be back. I feel like I've been too like-minded. I've had too many haters talking shit to me, Miss Janine. So much.
Well, now it's time to redeem yourself. Isn't it great? I'm like totally into talking smack tonight, just because I feel the need to talk smack.
Well, I don't know if I can't see if we have our guest in the studio. So I don't know if we have, but if we don't have our guest in the studio, and I'm going to look right fast and check, because I'm looking down.
We do.
Oh, we do have a guest in the studio. Whoever we have in the studio. Oh, that's perfect. Fucking yeah. Yep. That's who we got. We got this bad motherfucker about to come on, Alan. Let's do it, Alan.
What's up, my brother?
Dude, man, look.
Cheers.
Cheers. What's up?
Dude, I was going to tell you, man, I sent her, she said, who do we have on? I was like, we have Alan on block. She said, send me a picture so I can look him up. And I was like, she was like, that's a bad motherfucker. I said, yeah, he has a bad. Yeah, you holding your gloves right there like you're doing. I was like, yeah.
You're like the Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Right now, you think?
Like the bad motherfucker. Yeah. When he says bad motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got the look down. Like you look like you can really tear some shit up.
Yeah, when it comes to it, I do. When I have to, I do. Yeah.
Tell us about your induction into this sport. Like, how did you get involved in fighting?
Well, I walked into a gym and I never left. This was like 13, 14 years ago. You know, I went in, I trained a couple of hours, I got my ass kicked, and then I decided that I was going to do this for the rest of my life. Even though I'm going to tell you, I did want to fight already back when I first saw my UFC 1. Like I saw it, I was a little kid and I watched it and I was like, I'm doing that someday. So when the opportunity came, you know, it was let's go. Come on, let's do it.
Where are you where are you right now? What state are you in?
I live in Miami, Florida. I live here and I fight out of here. I'm part of the Freedom Fighters MMA gym.
Okay.
It's a small gym, you know, you probably heard about it, but it's a small gym down in Miami. We had a couple of big names in there. We've had a lot of fighters come out of there, but actually bare knuckle wise, we actually had 3 guys come with me. It'd be 3 guys come out of there already. Gustavo Trujillo was originally in our team. And what's the other one? Richie, Francesco Richie. He's in our team also.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a good crew,
team,
you know? Yeah, definitely.
I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's a small team, but it's a big team down here in Miami, you know. A lot of good people.
I love it. I'm only an hour north of you. I'm in in Delray, so not too far. So that's awesome. South Florida represented. That's great. Nice. Born and raised in Miami?
No, I'm actually Dominican. I'm actually from the Dominican Republic.
From the DR. Cool, very cool.
Yeah. I was born and raised over there. I left over there when I was like 15 and I moved over here. But I lived in a couple of other places too. I lived in Spain. I lived in New York. I moved around a little bit.
A year ago today, I was in the Dominican Republic for Lex McMahon's fight against Justin Thornton, who unfortunately passed away.
Yes.
Because that's where we went. Titan FC is always in the DR. So, yeah, the DR holds a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, sure. I remember that fight. I actually watched it here at home. You know, there were some guys that were in our team that fought in that gym. I mean, that show. But
amazing fights. What a great job. I mean, what a venue too. Very interesting. That Olympic, it's almost like an Olympic village there in Santo Domingo. It's really interesting. It's like a compound. It's really cool.
Yeah. The sport is actually growing over there. It's sanctioned now, so they're able to do shows, and they got shows popping up everywhere over there. So they're growing fighters. You know, we got a couple of fighters come down here already from the Dominican Republic, but it's still untapped talent. You know, so it's very fresh.
Sure. I love it.
Are you looking forward to December BYB? The Inside the Trigon. I know you got a good opponent too. I've looked at both of y'all. That should be a fucking war, man. You got coming this way, man.
Fucking bring it, man. Let them bring it. That's what I want. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, man. It's another fight. I felt like in my last fight, you know, I'm not gonna say I got robbed, because at the end of the day, when you lose, and that's it. And there's nothing you can do about it, and it doesn't change your record. You can complain about it all you want. I didn't do enough to win the fight, and I saw it after I watched the fight a couple of times, and I was like, you know what? Instead of bitching about it, I'm just gonna be honest about it, and I could have done more. So, you know what? This fight is gonna be one of those where redemption, man. I'm coming in to take heads off.
Dude. Hey man, it's gonna be badass. The atmosphere in December, how many tickets are already being sold and everything. Just there in Miami. Look, every other BYB atmosphere is crazy. This one, I seem like it's growing. This one gets better. It's gonna be better. So the atmosphere is gonna be fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, man. I've attended to a couple. I actually worked the corner for one of the guys that fought like maybe 2 shows ago. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I've gone to 3 in total. And their shows are high quality. They got really good quality fighters. I mean, hey, I'm here. There's a reason for it.
King Mo said this the other day. We were talking to him, and he's been to the other bare knuckle places, and he went to BYB at the last one, and King Mo was in Bellator, Strikeforce, and all champion, all that stuff. He said he's never been around an atmosphere like the last BYB atmosphere. How crazy it was, the fans, and I was thinking, I thought the same thing about any other sport. It's like they like their fighters, like they're invested into it more. It's
yeah. I agree, man. Let me tell you something. I have communication with a lot of the fans online. People that I don't know. I talk to them all the time. We laugh about stuff. We joke about stuff. I love it. I think that the community, the bare knuckle community, is a lot stronger than the MMA community because whether the fighter's not as good, they still back up the fighter because he's there and he's showing up, man. And I think I appreciate that. I really do.
There's something said about getting your ass in the ring and fighting bare knuckle, that the respect factor alone for just showing up is just to show up is huge, especially with an audience, with people, with TV. I mean, that is so much more difficult, and you've got to be so strong in your mind mentally in order to even do that. I have mad respect for that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We've seen, I'm going to tell you, we've seen boxers with a lot of experience get in there and fold. We've seen MMA fighters get in there with a lot of experience and fold. So it's not about experience. It's not about who knows what. Listen, if you got the balls to get in there and do it, I respect you. I really do.
I'm going to tell y'all something crazy. It happened last week. I think it was. There's these two guys in England. They had a beef. One of they're bare knuckle guys, big like heavyweight guys, like, and that's what they do. And they got a beef, and they were talking shit. Well, they went to the gym, and they videoed it, and they were like, "Fuck you, we're ending it right now."
We're gonna go right now.
I'm gonna send you that video, guys. I'm gonna tell
actually
you right
no. I've seen it. I saw it. It's all around YouTube, man.
I want to see it. Tell me about it.
Was that not one of the baddest fucking fights? I mean,
they go at it. They go at it. There's no, I mean, that's what it should be, man. Like, there's no need to talk. You guys are gonna go at it. Nobody's gonna get in it. Go ahead, do your thing. And yeah, those are the good fights.
His fucking head was split down the middle over here. And he was laughing afterwards. I was like, y'all so crazy.
They were actually hugging. I think they were hugging at the end.
They had to.
That's the best part about this sport is that what people don't understand is the respect factor. If you're beating the living shit out of someone, you respect the hell out of them at the end. Listen, it's a sport like no other.
I'm gonna tell you, you do, but the thing is that sometimes promotions can make it where you don't, right? So if you create a lot of drama, enough drama where after the fight there's no fixing it, then you're gonna get that reaction from them. So it could be that way, but it could be the other way depending on how they promote the fights. I honestly don't think you need to promote beef in this. Like, there's no need to make it where I hate this guy and I want to fight this guy. I mean, get in there and fight the guy if you do. That's it. You don't need to talk about it. Fucking do it. All you got to do is sign a contract.
We saw that at the last BKFC fight. We saw that.
Yeah. But there's a lot of calling out, and I want to fight this guy and I want to fight that guy. And at the end of the day, the reality is, you don't get to pick your fights, right? There's one matchmaker, and that matchmaker has the power to make the matches, and that's it. That's all you can do. You can call out whoever you want to look tough, but at the end of the day, are you fighting? And if you're fighting, are you winning? And if you're winning, are you fighting the best? And then you tell me that you're the best.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Simple.
I can tell you right now, Mel, the matchmaker, this was like a month or so ago. I was like asking about fighters to get on the show. That this was before he even had the card. And the first person he mentioned was Jeff Chiffens. And he said, because that guy will show up no matter who he is. He says, that's a good earning. I'm here to fight. And when he said that, and you think that he just fought Des Green, a UFC guy, look at all the people he's fought. And that's what a matchmaker wants, because if you get you a couple of wins against those people, guess what? You can say, hey, I want that guy down the road. You got that respect. But when you're just, it don't work. You can see it really don't work. You see people calling people out. It never works.
It doesn't. And I mean, I guess the fans like it because it's kind of funny. Like when you see online the two people bickering about nothing, it's hilarious, right? But at the end of the day, if you're not gonna end up fighting, why are you guys calling out each other? Call it. You know what? Talk crap to each other after you got the fight made, or after you signed the contract. Then you talk if you want to. I mean, I'm down with that.
It kind of reminds me of like kids not getting along in the sandbox.
Yep.
Like in elementary school, and they're like, You took my shovel. You took my bucket. And then they get sand in each other's face and like they're kicking each other. Kind of like, a cat in a litter box.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm guilty of it. I've done it too. I've done some trash talking online too. But listen, if I've done it and then the fight doesn't materialize. So what happens? Then you end up having problems with some person that you're never gonna meet in the ring, and then you don't even know who that person is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have beef with people that I don't know. Now, if we fight, after the fight, we can shake hands, man. I'm cool with everybody that I fought so far.
Like this idiot right here, Ryan Dalton. Fun fact on the best. Like this idiot right here, who's fighting my boy Cody over here. This idiot's going, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. You know what? Honest to God.
Alan, we were at Celebrity Boxing, right? We were talking BYB. Damon was like, hey, BYB this. Ryan comes up and just starts talking shit about BYB. He's like a really bad fighter. And it's like, he's an amateur. And look, if anybody wants to see the video, he got mad at me. He got mad at me, man, because I didn't let him come on the show. And when I went to the event, he tried to punch me when he was walking out. Literally.
Oh, hell no.
So Damon said, we're going to do Celebrity Boxing, the BYB podcast guy against. Okay. And if he loses, I knock him out. He's got to get a BYB tattoo. If he knocks me out, I got to get it. And Chachi, our producer, is going to be there to do it in the ring.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be good though. That's gonna be good.
You gotta do what you got to
do. It can't be somewhere like inconspicuous where like people aren't gonna see it. Like it can't be on his like ass cheek or something. It's gotta be on like his something like
it's got
forehead, forearm, whatever. Like
somewhere visible. Gotcha.
Somewhere visible.
But is he gonna get it though? Because I mean, we've seen this bet before about tattoos, and I don't know if it was real. I don't know, So would he get it? Because he's talking all that crap that he's the best.
It's gonna be on the contract. It's gonna be on the contract. And Chachi, we're gonna do it right there. You telling me they're gonna announce it and he's gonna back out in the ring when they're scraping him up off the ground? We're just gonna roll him into the corner and just doodle him up.
Oh man. Well, he's gonna be out. You can tattoo him while he's out. Think about it. You just gotta knock him out.
Oh, it's inevitable. It's going down. Hey, check this out. We were talking about this earlier, and Carlos is in the box. He's part of that. What do you think about amateur bare knuckle? Like real bare knuckle, not getting paid, and what do you think? It's going to be non-sanctioned because it can't be sanctioned. So what do you think about it?
No, bro. If it's not sanctioned, don't do it. You're going to end up getting hurt. If it's not sanctioned, don't do it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, whatever. I get it. All other sports got amateurs, and I guess they want to have the amateurs too, but don't they have a feeding system by doing the tryouts?
Yeah, but check this out. This is the one thing. Yeah, amateur MMA though, they don't let you elbow because they don't want hit. They don't want busted. They make you wear shin guards your first 2 fights in Alabama. So you know what I'm saying? How it's hard enough to get bare knuckle sanctioned as a pro. So how?
I don't think they'll be able to get a sanction as an amateur. It will have to be illegal. It's hardly sanctioned as a pro.
I know, right? That's right.
Didn't a bunch of people get suspended in Montana?
Give a shout out to Montana. Yeah,
I'm just asking. I thought they did. I don't know. I thought they did.
Yeah, they did. What happened was the Montana was not sanctioned. So they brought in another sanctioned body, a karate body. And Montana didn't accept
it. Yeah. But to be honest, they did it the right way. I think Montana was kind of overstepping their boundaries. To be honest, I know the whole thing. It looks bad on these guys, but the truth is that Montana, I think they messed it up there. Because if you didn't want to do it, then you would have said no. You're not allowed to do it. But they know that combat sports use outside governing bodies. And they don't do it. So if they know that they don't do it and they have to use somebody else and they bring ISKA, why would they be upset about that? But I mean, still guys are suspended. That's the bottom line.
Maybe it's street clout. Maybe they want to fight in the amateur level for street clout and like develop a name for themselves, and they don't understand the repercussions of how hurt they can actually get doing that. I don't know.
Dude, but they had, I mean, at least here in Miami, we've had those backyard fights forever. Like, I mean, this is not something new. We've had them since like 2000. You know, so and they do it in California, they do it in New York, they do it everywhere.
Shit, we do it.
I mean,
we do it up here.
Exactly. So if they do it everywhere, why are you trying to do, I mean, it's just people trying to make money off of it, obviously. But I get it. I mean, I get it. I don't think it's the best way to do it, but whatever. I mean, to each his own, right?
Well, if you say you sell 300 tickets at $50 a ticket, and you don't have to pay fighters, and you get sponsors, and you don't have to pay judges and stuff because it's non-sanctioned. You add up that math, you're making you're making 5, 10, that's a decent little stack, not having to pay nobody. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's what
I'm saying. Is it worth it as a fighter, right? Because now you're not getting paid, right? Now you get all beat up, right? You get all cut up, you get really hurt. There's no sanctioning body to say that you got to go to the hospital, or there's no insurance. There's none of that. So how is it beneficial for the fighter? It's not.
And then ready for this. This is a new thing. They said, well, maybe we'll wear gloves. You can't call it amateur bare knuckle if you wear gloves.
Then it's not bare knuckle. It's very specific. Your knuckles have to be bare. That's the name. You can't go around that.
We are the.
It's simple, yeah.
I know.
We are all in agreement on this.
Yep.
100%.
And this is what I tell everybody. Every fighter that's thinking about doing amateur bare knuckle, reach out to the major promotions and say, what do you think about it? And when they tell you what they think, you're going to be like, I need to go do some MMA and get picked up on a roster.
There's no governing body that's going to touch that. There's no governing body's going to touch that. And then it will have to be legal. And then for that, they just do it like they were doing backyard fights, which is it kind of stays the same as it is now.
Look, I got a governing body on my own land. I will sanction it at a minimum of a $5,000 fee through my own land, and they can come out here anytime they want to do it.
Well, that way, yeah. As long as there's some money coming in, right?
Right. Because look, I was thinking about. Because look, what I was talking about, and that's why I know you're busy, is we were talking about the regional, like in Alabama, Mississippi, where they're doing ticket sales like MMA, where you make $500-$700. You get your name out there. Then BYB, if somebody picks you up, but you're making some money. That right there is sanctioned. That could work. Amateur.
Yeah, I don't see it working, man. I don't see it working. It just doesn't look right. Period.
I know.
It wouldn't look right.
I know. I just
I don't know.
I don't know as a promoter how you could hold your head up high knowing that you're profiting off of a bunch of people potentially getting hurt. But I mean, that's
the bottom line. People are going to get hurt, and promoters are not going to be liable because it's not sanctioned.
Right. It's not.
That's the reality of it.
Not cool.
And fighters are not really. Listen, is that really going to be some way to make it to the BKFC or to the BYB or to any other BK? No, it's not. It's not.
No,
They're not looking there. They're not looking there. BKFC's looking through their feeder system, which is the tryouts. BYB, I think, is going to do something similar, if I'm correct.
They got their own little system. They got fighters.
There you go. So, and not just that, we're having exchange of fighters from here to over there. Things are going to change. Now, more promotions are going to start coming up. Right now, there's only 3 big promotions. So it makes it where everybody wants to be in the big promotions, but there's a lot of little promotions out there.
What happens if you're fighting amateur BYB, like bare knuckle, like you're fighting and it's not sanctioned, and someone gets a concussion or a spinal injury or dies?
They sign a waiver beforehand. If you're going to do that, you would have to have a waiver saying you're reliable for nothing.
Yeah, but if it's not sanctioned, it's illegal, and then they would be liable, even with the waiver, no?
Yeah,
right. That waiver wouldn't hold up in court, would it?
Wherever the property was, whoever's property is on would get sued.
Yeah, whoever's property that. Yeah, you're right. I think that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of people that are going to be liable there, but they'll figure out a way to get one person for sure. It's not going to go. Yeah.
There's too much risk and there's no reward. Like, why do you assume all the risk and no reward?
Listen, at the end of the day, as a fighter, Like I get it. Listen, I've said this a lot of times. I was like, I don't fight for money, and that's crap. That's bullshit. That's a lie. I don't care what fighter tells you that. If you fight because you love fighting, I mean, that's the only reason you're gonna fight.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. Just why are you fighting? I don't know. Like I fight because I want to make some damn money, you know. And if I'm not making any profit of what I'm doing, and fighting amateur that way is just gonna get me hurt, and there's no way to move up from that. Because at the end of the day,
you might as well do it in jail. You might as well be a jailbird. If you just want to fight people for no money and get hurt, just do it in jail.
Well, you're gonna end up there for sure.
Right. That's my point. If you're gonna fight people and you just like fighting and you don't want to profit off of it, then just go to jail and fight your inmates and you know, call it a day.
You're gonna get sued. You're gonna get sued. More likely the way it is now.
There's no good outcome out of that. It's no good outcome. The math doesn't add up, so why do it? It's that simple. Right. And you know what? There will be a lot of people that'll do it. I get it. There's gonna be people. I remember the guys that were doing the backyard. Listen, Masvidal was doing backyard fights. Alex Caceres did backyard fights, right? Yoslandi Izquierdo did backyard fights. Those are guys that went to the UFC, right? They did it down here in Miami. Did everybody do it? No. There was a point where it got, you know, and I'm gonna tell you, Dada wasn't that bad because they will take care of you when you got cut up and when you got hurt. So it wasn't like some of the other places where they would throw you to the side and be like, hey, listen, go figure that out by yourself. Dada was taking care of people. So, you know, it's a little safer, but some of the other ones weren't taking care of people. Once you got cut up, they would throw you out the door and that's it. You know, so what's the reward from that? You know, it's like, it doesn't sound right. I'm a professional fighter. I see things as a profession and I make money in my profession and I want to get paid and I want to do it in the place where they're going to take care of my safety so I can keep making money. Right? Because if I get hurt, I'm not going to make money. Hence why I'm here. Right? They're taking care of me. I've known Mel for a long time from the Combate days and Mel said he was going to take care of me and he did. That's why I'm here, BYB. You know, and it's because they're safe. I've seen them. I've watched the shows. They're safe.
When somebody got hurt a few fights ago, Dada was at the hospital with him. You know, like he showed up, and that show. And the last thing about the amateur bare knuckle thing, because it's just the stupidest thing ever. But I'm going to say this. This is where they're saying, you know, amateurs can get sponsors. That's what they're telling the fighters. Let's just be honest. Right. How hard is it for fighters to get sponsors right now as a pro in bare knuckle? They're still you can't.
It's hard to get sponsors as a podcaster, let alone a fighter. They're
stream shows, they're televised shows that are amateurs, MMA, and guys don't get sponsors for that. What makes you think that in somebody's backyard and somebody's little show, you're going to get sponsors where there's going to be 50 to 60 heads? How is the sponsor going to, you know, how does he balance out the profit there? It doesn't make sense.
Because that's how these promoters get these fighters to fight for free. Oh, there's going to be sponsors there potentially. You better fight. So now these guys are like, oh, well, maybe I'll get picked up by a sponsor. Let me fight for free. Let me, you know, potentially injure myself on the hope of getting a sponsor, which is not there because no one's sponsoring an amateur fighter because it does no good for their business. We need to educate. I think, honestly, we need to educate fighters from the business perspective of what this entails, because this is a business. Yep. 100% business.
I wish fighters would stop saying, you know, I just fight because I love fighting. I'm just a fighter. You know, you could be a fighter, man, but this is your career. If you're going to take it serious, if you want to really be serious about this is your career. You got to spend almost, you know, 4 hours in the gym daily. Depending, you know, sometimes you got to go running, sometimes you got to do this, sometimes you got to do that. And your life depends on this, right? Because this is your bread and butter. So you take it as a career. You got to take it serious, man. If you're going to do this for real, don't take it as a game. Don't take it as a game.
Yeah, if you got a wife and 3 kids, you're not going to turn to your wife and go, I just like fighting. I don't care if I get paid or not. She's going to look at you and leave your ass. Are you kidding me?
I've been doing that for the last 12 years. I've been doing that for the last 12 years.
You got to fight for what you want, literally and figuratively, right? Like, yeah.
You got to fight for money. You got to fight for money because the money's going to give you a chance to keep fighting for more money.
And it's going to give you recognition. It's going to give you sponsorship. It's going to put you in positions. Like Muhammad Ali didn't fight for free. I mean, give me a break.
Nobody should fight for free. I get the amateur sense when you do MMA and stuff, but I don't fight for free. I don't do it.
Look, I'm not even fighting for free in celebrity boxing, so why would somebody want to fight for free in bare knuckle amateur? Unless you're really just going to fight somebody because somebody you want to fuck them up because they want to fuck you up. That's the only way I can see fighting.
Listen, if that's the case, I will fight you in the street. If I really have a problem with you where I really want to fuck you up, I'm going to fight you in the street.
Yeah,
right?
Probably
that
with
simple.
a baseball bat. Probably with a baseball bat. Won't even worry about my nuts.
It is what it is, man. The reality is that a lot of these guys talk a lot, but they're not really about that life. They're not really like that, man. It's just a lot of talk, and this, you got to be a fighter. You got to really love fighting, right? But you got to get paid to fight.
Yeah,
that's the reality of it. If I get paid, I'm fighting. I'm not touching anybody unless I'm getting paid.
That's like someone saying, I love being a firefighter. I love running into burning hot buildings and saving people, but not putting the oxygen mask on myself by bringing a paycheck home and feeding my family. No one in their right mind is going to do that on a daily basis, day in and day out.
Actually, they have.
Nor should they. Nor should they.
They have reserve fire departments in most all the counties though, where they do that. There's the reserve firemen. All cities have it, but the small cities, the counties like that, they have reserve firemen. I know a lot of guys that they're like regular men, and they go get in the reserve stuff and put out fires at nighttime and stuff, and go to wrecks and stuff. For free.
I am not walking into a building for free to risk my life.
Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, all those guys want to go back home so they can restart and do that again. You get what I'm saying? It's the same with fighting. I don't want to get in there to get hurt to not be able to fight.
Correct.
Right? I want to be able to get in there. First of all, I want to practice hard enough where I know that if I get in there, I can resort to whatever I know. Right?
That's right.
I want to have my conditioning high enough where I can outpace my opponent. Right? So I have to spend time in the gym and I have to be there. That costs money. Right? So for me to be able to afford that, I have to win my fights, right? And I have to enjoy the fighting. But guess what? At the end of the day is I got to get paid. I got to fight for money.
And at some point, someone needs to have an honest conversation. If fighters are not winning, they're not putting in the work, they're not putting in the time, someone needs to have an honest conversation and say, you might need to pick another profession or get serious about it. It's like shit or get off the pot, right?
I would agree with you, but I lost 4 in a row in my MMA career. Like at the end of my career, I lost 4 in a row, and I was kind of disappointed. Like I wasn't gonna train anymore. And then my girlfriend got into fighting, and then I started training for her. And little by little, and I'm saying this, but it took a span of a year. It wasn't like 4 years. It was like in between a year.
That's different. You put in the work. If you're not putting in the work and you're showing up and you're talking shit and you're like, I'm going to beat your ass. And then you get in there and you don't win. And then you got a family at home that's depending on you and you're not doing what you need to do. It's time to pick another profession. It's another thing if you lose 4 fights in a row and you're spending 4 to 6 hours a day and you're paying for a coach and you're doing all the right things. You're learning each time you're losing. That's why your next fight, you're going to win. Eventually, the odds are in your favor at that point, right?
Yeah. So, listen, if you do it's like baking a pie, right? If you use all the ingredients and you put all the ingredients correctly, it's gonna be a great pie, right? If you leave something out, it's not gonna be that good, right? So if you leave your running out, if you leave your bag work out, if you leave your sparring out, doesn't matter what you leave out, it's gonna make that pie come out wrong, right?
Those little things add up.
You can't leave no ingredients out. My coach has a system. I follow the system, and that's it. And I know regardless of the result, which I know I'm going to be victorious, regardless of the result, I know that I do exactly what my coach tells me. For example, the last fight, my coach wasn't upset at me because I did exactly what I told him that I was going to do. I told him I wasn't going to get touched. And if he hit me 3 times, that was a lot. Right? If he hit me in the face 3 times, because you could tell, because I swell up really bad, right? He hit me 3 times to the face in total, in the whole fight, right? I lost the fight. But my coach said, you know what? You told me that you weren't going to get touched, and you didn't get touched. And that was it. I was happy with that.
You said something really important. You said, before you just got into this, you were like, I know I'm good. I know I'm the best. I know I'm the mental attitude is half the battle, but that's the toughest part. Going in there with that attitude going, I've trained for this. I know I'm going to win this. I know, and the belief in yourself is bigger than any of it. So kudos to you
100%.
for having that. That's amazing.
Thank you. It's been 40 some years of me working on this because it wasn't always like this, right? So I've learned through trial and error, and I did the no training, and I did the only train when I signed the contract, and I've done all of it. You know, I'll leave it for next week. I've done all of that. You know what? Every time that I had an excuse and I had some idea of how to do it better, it did not work. Every single time. Every time that I followed the program, it worked. So I mean, you know, it doesn't take a genius. Might have taken me a couple of fails, but it doesn't take a genius, you know?
You are so smart. You should write a business plan on what to do and what not to do as a professional fighter. And I will totally back it and promote it because you've got it all figured out. And you can tell it's from trial and error. And you can tell that you've been in the fight game and you've learned what to do and what not to do. I mean, I'm just saying, might be an avenue for you.
I just wish bare knuckle doesn't turn into what MMA is. That's my, you know, like I see the managers already. I see the, I mean, I call them managers, but you see the sharks already.
You're speaking to me now. You're speaking exactly.
Well, no, I'm being honest. Listen, there's a lot of good guys. I've seen a lot of good guys. I can't say that all of them are bad because I've met a couple, but listen, I've been around the MMA world for a long time and I know what managers do and I know what feeders are. I know the system, how it works. I know how they work with matchmakers. I'll give you one fighter so you can give me one so I can beat up. I know how everything works in the business, right? The only thing I haven't done is throw a show, to be honest. Like I just haven't done it because I don't want to. I don't want to have to carry all that responsibility. But at the end of the day, I don't want in BKFC what happens in MMA where the managers are the stars somehow. You know, they take over and it's I have this fighter and I have this fighter and the fighters come second to the managers, right?
They're the champions. They're the best managers. They're the best.
And I really have a problem with that. And then what happens is the promotions cater to managers, not to fighters, right? So now I'm going to give this guy, because, you know, I like him and he gives me this champion. I'm going to give him a couple of fights to his guys and then a bunch of guys to get left outside, right? It's part of business and I understand it because at the end of the day, people got to sell tickets and they got to sell pay-per-views and they got to pick the right person. But man, you know what? When you catch a show and you watch really, 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 really fucking good fights, the backstory doesn't matter, man. You fucking look at that fight and you go, wow, what a fucking fight. It doesn't matter who fought. You're still like, wow, I'm talking about this shit tomorrow at work. You know?
Yes.
So I saw this, you know, I saw the sport going like a different direction, but then recently it's gone to like, you know, that direction that I'm telling you where managers are controlling, and I really don't like it.
I agree with you. And there's nothing worse than a bad matchmaker who gets someone and plays that game and then has a sacrificial lamb come in and get their ass kicked so that their fighter looks like the fucking hero and rock star. And it's like, you know what? People see right through that shit. Fighting fans and fighters are not stupid. Period.
You know what? Real fighting fans see through that, right? Because you go into the records and you look at past records and you look at past opponents, right? But the average fan doesn't do that. The average fan looks at his record and then says, oh, he's 10-5 or he's 10-0. Oh my God, he must be the best. Oh, he'll never lose. And that's it, right? So it doesn't balance out. And you're right. I shouldn't speak on it, but yeah, they need to step their game up with the matchmaking because people want to see good fights. I want to see, like, when I watch a show, I want to watch a competitive fight. I want to watch a fight where the guy shows up. And you want to even
talk about it the next day and be like, damn, did you see that fight? I mean, that's the best part about fighting, to be able to talk about it the next day and go, oh my God. I mean, that's what makes a good fight.
That's the good thing about Mel, man. Mel picks the two best dogs. If you go watch any fight, even if it's the 1 round fight with Mel, his guys are fighting. It's an equal 1 round. They're knocking
Mel the shit has been doing this. Mel has been doing this for years, and he's always known how to match fights. He knows levels. He knows who to match with what. He knows what skills go with what. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can't get 2 clinch-heavy guys and put them to fight. There's going to be a boring-ass fight, right? Yeah. It's simple. It doesn't take a mathematician for it, but, you know, a lot of favors are done where you put this guy with this guy because he has a losing record, and we're going to have a boring fight so my guy can win. Or we get a blowout, which is, like, to me, a blowout, like a, you know, one of those fights where they just beat the crap out of somebody that shouldn't be there is the worst things I've seen. And I saw that a lot in Miami here. So
I've seen that a lot in Miami too. I've been at fights interviewing people where that's happened. So and you know what? It sucks because you're looking at it like really
Yeah.
like this is fixed. Like it's a fixed
It
thing.
sucks.
It's not
sucks.
cool.
You know what I love? When they fix fights and then the guy that was supposed to lose wins. I love
that shit. Isn't that
Shots
I
crazy?
love when that happens. I love the underdog story.
Catches him with that jab.
Yeah. You know, when the guy gasses out thinking that he's hot shit and he's like, no, I'm coming out for war, and then gasses out in the first round, and then the other guy says, all right, buddy, now it's my turn. I love that.
Buster
I love
Douglas.
to see that. You know?
The Buster Douglas moment. That Buster Douglas moment.
Yep.
Nobody knows who he is, but they remember that one damn fight that he wore him down. And it got him.
But it's like I told you, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your backstory. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what your record is. If you have that one fight where you make people remember you because of how you fought, that's all you need. You're going to get, listen, I've had work not because I have a winning record. I have work because I get in there and I fight and I don't ask questions. I just go in there and I do my job, right? Whether it's a tough opponent or easier opponent or whatever you want to call it, because I honestly don't care. Sometimes it's even hard to get fights because I'm so willing to take the fight, right? And a lot of times that scares people. So, you know, for the last Miami show, because I was supposed to fight in the BKFC show that came down to Miami, and I was scheduled to fight with what's his name? Oh my God, I completely forgot his name. The one that was supposed to fight Richie, then he got hurt.
Okay, hold on a second. Fight Richie.
I completely forgot his name.
I know he's talking about shit.
All right. Well, anyways, I was supposed to fight him. Then they gave me another name. Then it fell apart. I didn't get no communication with anybody. So I assumed I wasn't fighting. And then I got contacted by Mel. Mel had told me for February. And then we ended up doing it for now because they needed somebody coming for the show because I guess a fight fell apart. And, you know, like I said, I take whatever. I don't care. I really don't care, man. It doesn't matter who it is.
Well, it's your profession. That's why you take it seriously and you don't care. People that are not professional fighters and don't have that mindset, like this is my career, they're going to pick and choose and cherry pick, and then they're not going to get shit because no one's going to want to work with them.
100%. You know, and like I said, I was supposed to fight, so I was down to 170. I'm taking this fight at 170. I'm walking around at 170. I haven't been able to gain weight. So, you know, this guy, I mean, they told me that he's coming down from a lot. Like, he's heavy. Whatever, bring it, bro. It doesn't matter. What are you going to use? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me, man. We're gonna weigh 170 both the day of the weigh-ins. The day of the fight, you can weigh 200. It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do what I do.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Should I ask him weird questions, Cody?
You throw him one. He's been a good guest tonight. Throw him at least one.
Okay, so your fiance/girlfriend, she's a fighter?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have sex the day of your fight?
No.
Why not?
No.
Wait, tell me about this. Why?
Yeah, no. I think there's too much stress.
What about after the fight?
Huh. I will have to think about that one. I will have to think about the answer and give it to you because I can't give it right now. But the truth is that it depends because sometimes I come out of there and I look disastrous. And sometimes we just can't because there's no time and got to get home after a fight. I got kids, man. You know?
Everyone, that is true. I got kids too.
I
know it would never happen either for me too. So
I'm always interested in the whole testosterone thing with men and fighting. No,
I'm gonna be listen. I've never worried about that, but the truth is that I'm right after you cut weight, you don't think about that. Like you're rehydrating for the fight the next day. So me personally, I have no time to think about that as that's happening. That's not gonna be my thought at all. I'm thinking about task at hand, you know? I mean, some people might think about the other fighters
at the last BYB that had some pretty interesting answers to that. Like there's all these like, wives' tales and myths like, oh, you're not supposed to have sex for like a month before your fight because you're supposed to let the testosterone build up.
I've heard that. Like, I don't follow that.
It's so weird, right?
No. Yeah, I've heard that from boxers. Boxers thought that. That comes from boxers.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, that comes from boxers. So no, in MMA it's completely different, but we don't talk about that. Actually, if I'm correct, there's been studies that prove that if you do, you're upping your testosterone.
Nice.
Yeah, and focus level. That's what they say.
I want to be a
Yeah,
coach,
so-
and I'll tell all my fighters to just fuck like wild animals. Like before,
If-
during, and
if
after
it
their
works,
fight.
if it works, do what you got to do.
Yeah, like right before the podcast, this is my big battle. You know, I got to get prepared. You know, guys, I got a ritual.
Hey.
Guys, everybody's got rituals. You got.
Of course.
So my other half is like hell bent on me getting in the ring. Like if he tells me one more time, he's like, I want to see you in the ring this year. And I'm like, I've never fought anyone in my life.
For
But
what?
maybe I'll get in shape. So, hey, you know what? Hey, you never know. But fighting at 40 is like a whole new thing, right? Maybe. We'll see what happens.
I'm 42, so I can't, it is what it is. I'm
Never too old to get in the ring.
No, it's never too old. Do it. Never too old.
Hey, you can start now. Hey, that one woman just got her black belt in jiu-jitsu, and she's like 70. She started when she was 64, and she's like 74. Something. It was
That's
a weird
amazing.
age where it was a 10-year gap. It was unreal. It was unreal. So
it is. It's pretty crazy.
I love that.
Hey, man, I know you've been on here a minute. I know you probably just getting back from training, man. You got any shout-outs you want to give out or anything for your fight, man?
Man, my girl, Claudia, and my family, and then my team, bro. I love my team. I really do. I told you guys about Freedom Fighters, but you don't understand how much I love my team and my coach and my coaches and everybody I train with. They're my other family, man. I spend more time with them than I actually do at home. So, it's my second home, and all the power to them, because I wouldn't think the way that I do if it wasn't for my coaches, to tell you the truth. They've told me to do things that I've decided not to do, that then I've had to realize the hard way that I should have done it. So now that I'm older, I can appreciate everything, and I can say, you know what, I'm going to do it the right way and step in there and not have no worries. I'm not going to put worries on them because they know that I'm ready. So shout out to my team, Freedom Fighters, man. I love them. And watch out for them, because we got guys in the Contender Series. We had guys, we've had guys in every promotion, big promotion that you can imagine, from one to the UFC to Bellator to whatever you want to talk about in promotion wise. My team has gotten people to it. The thing is that we're a small team and nobody talks about it. We're a small team in comparison to American Top Team and Sanford. So nobody talks about us, but we've been here. We've been here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And hey, when we get down there for BYB, we'll get down there, get some interviews with you down there and stuff. It's going to be an awesome event, man. And you're awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on tonight, man.
Thank you so much. You can come on anytime. You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the love, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So, see, that was a great interview with him. He was perfect. He even went into the Amateur Bare Knuckle.
Alan, you're awesome.
He literally,
you got
to watch a fighter break down the Amateur Bare Knuckle right there on there. And an experienced fighter that's been doing it his whole life.
Totally. That's amazing.
So I felt like we debunked the Amateur Bare Knuckle tonight. So
I do too. And hey, listen, I want to give a shout out. Like, if people want to prove me wrong, or like they want to say anything different about our opinion, like, please, like, tell us, like, sell us on why you think that amateur BYB or, bare knuckle.
No, it's not BYB. Don't air it. No, it's not BYB. Amateur Bare
Not BYB.
No.
Let's, okay.
BYB, Lord,
Transfer.
no, BYB is not associated with that
Amateur
shit.
Bare Knuckle. Let's call it what it is. Amateur Bare Knuckle. Let's call
gloves.
that.
With gloves. It could be with gloves. Who knows? And look, we debunked it tonight. And if you're in the chat right now, could you like and share and tag anybody with Amateur Bare Knuckle? Tell them they should have an opportunity to come on the show next week. Because check this out, guys. Wednesday night, we got Big Mo on, the ring announcer for BYB, the new ring announcer.
Woo-hoo!
And I think we have a president coming on, and I think we have some kind of other owner coming on announcing some stuff. I'm not going to say, but it's going to be Wednesday night. Should be off the shit, guys.
Oh my God! Look at this! Look at this! Do you see that? Do you know Cody is weak as shit? Is a punk ass bitch and is going to get knocked the F out.
So Ryan's talking crap still. All right, guys, look, before we leave the show tonight, I think Chicken had to reschedule because he was training. But let's check this out, guys. I made a video about Ryan the other day. I made a video. If you haven't saw it, I didn't upload it because little kids might watch the show. Let me tell you the Ryan story. Can I tell everybody why Ryan don't like me? The week before Celebrity Boxing, Ryan wanted to come on the Brawler Show Wednesday night. My travel plans got booked where I couldn't do the show Wednesday night. So Ryan got mad that I didn't do the show. We got to the event.
So we got his feelings hurt.
Yeah. So we got to the weigh-ins. He was like, "Hey, fuck you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, he kept calling me bare knuckle, inbred, bare knuckle, redneck, all kinds of stuff. I was like, "Oh, whatever." So then I said, "You want to go? Meet me tonight outside of the lobby." He shows up, but he didn't want to fight. He was just running trash at me, making fun of me. So the night of the fight, he said he was going to call me out in the ring and all that shit. When he walks out, he gut punches me. So I'm like, okay, we're cool. We're going to fight. So after the event, after the event, I'm sitting there with fans in a bar, minding my own business. People ask me who I am. Cody, what makes you, why are you helping celebrity MMA take over celebrity boxing? Why are you more famous than Ryan Dalton, Cody? And I was like, I don't even know who Ryan Dalton is. So Ryan came up to the bar drunk, I thought he wanted an autograph.
Look at him. He put lies on there. He's trying to get his 15 minutes of fame. Ryan, you're so cute. Thanks for trying.
Look, Ryan. So Ryan got upset with me. He's been upset with me. Damon says we're going to do it. It's a go. This is the thing. I've heard that Ryan's begging for June because he's scared of March. Hey, look, that's what I've heard. But my manager, my MMAcoin Jay, makes everything happen. And he said that if Ryan don't want to do it in March, he's got somebody bigger in mind to do it in March. So Ryan, you need to step up to the plate, buddy, and don't be scared. Don't be scared. That's all I
love him for his hateration. He's so cute.
But anyway, so guys, I felt like y'all know where I stand with Amateur Bare Knuckle. I think it's a joke. You know where all the fighters stand. I think we had a great show. Chachi,
we had a great show, guys.
Is Chachi still back there? Because if he is, I'm going to do the sponsor thing. Let's see. I don't know if I need to do it.
Oh, it's up.
Okay. Did I do that?
I don't know.
Holy shit. MMAcoin. All right, look, check this out, guys. MMAcoin, it's a crypto for charities, okay? Charities that helps for young kids that are trying to fight and different things. UFC fighters to Bellator fighters to the Brawler Network. They sponsor top-of-the-line stuff. I literally witnessed in the very beginning a massive growth, and they're expecting, with a few announcements coming up in the next week, some massive growth's coming. So everybody check out MMAcoin. Then we have Terphouse Farmz. Oh, the PowerHitter, my bad. The PowerHitter, Terphouse Farmz. PowerHitter. So we got the PowerHitter. So the PowerHitter, I actually have one with me right now. What you do is you put the Terphouse, the Delta, the CBD in the PowerHitter, and you just it soothes you. I'm telling you, you need to reach out to Jay Davis about the PowerHitter. Just like on Terphouse, your creams, your Deltas, your CBDs, all your great stuff. Terphouse is look.
Thank you, Jay, for my Terphouse rub, which is helping me. I love you.
Look at this. Look at this stuff. You see the Terphouse versus everybody, the show, and all the crazy stuff like that. Their creams. Reach out. Jay Davis personally sends stuff to fighters to help them out. His stuff is actually they check. It's all like goes through factories. Everybody.
And it smells so good. Like I'm telling you, like I'm really sensitive to scents, and it smells like almost like a cologne. It smells so good. Like it's unbelievable the quality of this stuff.
Look at this shirt. I mean, he's got some nice stuff. The barrel. Check out the hat, guys. This is the Cody Travis edition for celebrity boxing. It's the blue one. You know, what's his name for Limp Bizkit? Used to wear the red hat. I wear the blue one. You know, it's got the Terp on it.
I love it.
And so Terphouse, and then I think we got Full Throttle. The Christmas charity. Perfect. All right, the Christmas charity thing coming up December 11th. Chachi is going to be down there. Jomi, I think Isaiah's going to be there.
I'll be there too.
Janae's going to be there. If you want to bring some toys, help out some kids. You know, if say for instance you don't have the time to shop, and that's the only reason you don't want to do it, buy some gift cards. Send some gift cards to somebody. I'm pretty sure somebody there will buy toys for the kid. because I can tell you right now, my kids are super spoiled and obnoxious like the little Kardashians. And I try to constantly tell my kids all the time, you don't know how lucky you are, because some kids don't even get a piece of candy for Christmas. So if you have a couple $100s to blow, instead of buying some, that extra couple, whatever you're buying, your stuff, throw a couple $100 at them kids.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So, and then I think we got Full Throttle magazine. We're in the magazine. Our pictures in the magazine. All the cool biker stuff. I feel like, with my Kid Rock, Eminem, white trash thing. I feel like during December I'm going to do a couple of videos down there on some Harleys. I'm thinking. I really am. So Full Throttle is really cool. Shout out to BYB. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to my manager, Jay, MMAcoin Jay. Jay, don't let Ryan run. He's fucking running. Ryan, Jay's going to be talking to Damon tomorrow. And we'll make sure March 26th. And I don't have anything else. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, last thing. Can we do a few things for the haters? Can we get a clap tonight for the haters? I don't know. Okay.
Love it.
Thank y'all. So,
Love
I don't know what just
it.
happened. But
That was awesome.
Anyway, guys, thank y'all for coming on. Everybody have a good night.